Hi there, I'm Caroline with Revelation Wreaths, and I'm going to make a Christmas bow. I've had some requests on how to use the bow maker, and so I'm going to do a couple of bows to show you how I use it. I got this bow maker at Joann's.com is where I got it. But any bow maker kind of like this will work, that has the measurements on both sides. I find is the easiest way to go. Like I said, I got this at Joann's online, but there's a bunch of different ones, kind of similar but different, and any of them will work fine. You're gonna need a pipe cleaner. You're gonna need a pipe cleaner, and then to choose your ribbon. So I picked all my ribbons already. I'm gonna start out with this. I'm gonna do all Christmas, and they're all wired. So this is a number 40, which is a 2.5 inch, kind of just a classic Christmas. And then I like to dovetail first, because I found that I would always leave one that didn't get dovetailed. I'm gonna scrunch it. So you decide how long you want your tail. You scrunch it, you twist it, and you put it in here. This ribbon is so similar on both sides. And then I pull my first tail down is what I do. And now I'm going to come to the other side, and I'm going to make my hoop. I'm going to decide my loop. I'm going to decide how big I want it, which in this case I'm making a 5-inch loop. I'm going to pinch it together. I'm going to give it a twist so that my wrong side is facing up. And then I'm going to pull this loop down. I'm going to make another 5-inch loop on this other side. Now this time I'm not going to twist it. I'm just going to scrunch it in here. I'm going to put my loop up. And then and the reason we don't twist it this time is because we need our ribbon to face up. So I'm going to cut my tail. I'm going to cut just a 6-inch tail is what I'm doing. And then I secure my ribbon, my open ribbon, with a pin. I know some people use rubber bands, but I find that sometimes they leave a crease in the middle, so I don't prefer a rubber band, but that's just my opinion. And then I'm going to dovetail this side, which I'm just going to cut an angle up. So it's going to give me a pretty dovetail like this. And then I'm going to pull my tail up. So I have one tail down, one hoop up, one tail up, and one hoop down, so that it looks like this inside my bow maker. So a tail down, a loop down, a tail up, a loop up. And we're gonna just keep going like this. We're gonna layer them. And so on my tail, next time around, I'm gonna do a loop, a tail, a loop, a tail. So I'm gonna keep alternating back and forth like that. So this is gonna be my next one. It's a pretty glitter. This is a number 9 ribbon, which is 1.5 inches. And this one came from Costco. That first one came from Sam's. I have 4 different places that I put these ribbons together. So again, I'm going to start out with a dovetail. And then I'm going to make my 6-inch tail. I'm going to give it a twist. And I'm going to place it down in the bow maker. And the thing about the bow maker I really like is that it's like having an extra hand. And so it holds the ribbon for you, which is nice. I'm going to go out to the 5-inch mark. Now my ribbon is facing the wrong way. The glitter is facing down, which is when we twisted it, that's what we did. But that's what we want, because now when we come back across, the ribbon is going to be facing the right way. So I'm going to kind of measure where I want it, and then I pull it up. I scrunch it in that spot, and then I give it a twist and put it back down so that it's facing the right way for our bow. So it's facing the wrong way. It's facing the wrong way on this side now. So now I'm going to make another loop. I'm going to make another 5-inch loop on this side, and I'm going to pull it through the bow maker, but this time I'm just going to scrunch it. I'm not going to twist it. I'm not going to twist it, but I am going to straighten it out. And I'm going to cut my tail at 6 inches. And that's why I don't twist it the last time, because we need the ribbon to be facing the right way. So now I'm going to kind of adjust everything. I'm going to straighten out where I'm kind of crinkly on the top and the bottom side of this bow. I'm going to pull this tail up. And I'm going to dovetail it. And then I'll close my ribbon. My next layer is gonna be this kind of candy cane. And this one came from Sam's. And we're gonna do the same thing we did for the first one. So I start out with a dovetail. I make a 6-inch tail, give it a twist, lay the right side up on top of this other one. I'll make a loop, a 5-inch loop, kind of decide where my spot is, and then scrunch it, scrunch it, scrunch it, and give it a twist and put it down. So now my ribbon, this is the wrong side. So I'll make another 5-inch loop. Now this time I'm not twisting it, I'm just scrunching it. And I'm pulling the loop up because I have a tail down. And then on this side, I'm just making a 6-inch tail, cutting it off at the 6-inch mark. And then I'll roll this up. I don't know why I unrolled so much, but I did. So we'll roll it all back up. And then I'll put my pin back in here to secure it so it stays nice. This pin is, ouch, it poked me. Okay. I don't know what's happening. Okay. And then I'll dovetail my tail on this side. Okay, we're moving along. We're moving along on this bow. Next, I have this super cute elf wreath, and the heads kind of go back both ways. This one I got at Craft Outlet, I'm pretty sure. And it's the same, we're doing the same thing. Dovetail. Measure out my tail. Scrunch, scrunch, scrunch. I typically do this one in my hand because I want these to go the right way. I want it to go the right way. So, I try to get the most of them going the right way. Well, it's going to be split, I think. Yep. So, let me see. my glue gun, I just pushed it over. Okay, so the ones that have the faces like this, you're gonna have to work with a little better because you want the most amount of faces going the right way, obviously. Let me see. Let me see. So that will make this upside down. So I might need to keep it this way. Nope, it still is going to make it upside down. Well, I just might have to have a face upside down. Yeah, I think we're going to have one face upside down. Okay. The directional ribbon is a little bit more pesky to work with, but you can do it. You just have to monkey with it a little more. That's why I find it just easier to do in my hand. But I'm doing the same thing. I'm doing a 6-inch tail and a 5-inch loop on either side. And then a 6-inch tail over here. I'm going to straighten it out in just a second and show you where we're at. Let me dovetail this side because I tend to forget. Okay. So now I'm just going to kind of adjust it a little bit better. So I'm going to get 3 facing this right way, but 1 is going to go the wrong way because these elf heads are back and forth on the ribbon, and so I just try to get as many going the right way as I can, but sometimes you can't get as many as you wished. So I'm actually gonna, I think, switch these back and forth. Okay. Okay. So here's where we are so far. So now I'm going to take this one, which is a 1-inch, and I got it at the Hoblob. And all I'm going to do with this one is use it to cover my mechanics. So I'm just going to do a 4-inch tail on either side. I mean a 4-inch tail on the same side. So I'm going to do a 4-inch, give it a twist, place it in here. And then I'm going to do 2-finger loop. Pull it over. And then another 4-inch tail on this side. Okay. Okay. So here's what it looks like in my bow maker. So now what I do is I pull up a few layers at a time. I kind of pull it towards the top, and then I take the other half and I pull it towards the top. So it's still in here and all together. And then I make sure I have my pipe cleaner ready, and then I put my thumb on one side and my fingers on the other, and I push it up the rest of the way. I'm going to take my pipe cleaner, or you can use a floral wire if you prefer, and I'm going to just slip it through my fingers, And then what I'm doing is I'm going to push down with my thumb and I'm going to pull up with my finger at the same time. And then I'm going to give this a twist. A twist, a twist, a twist. So now I'm going to fluff out my bow. And I prefer to fluff it out in the order I laid it down in there. And I start with the top. So I laid this plaid in first, so I'm going to fluff it up. Then we did this glittery green, the candy cane, the glittery red, and then the same thing, oops, on the bottom. The plaid, the glittery red, the glittery green, the candy cane, and then the elf. So we're going to kind of look like this. Needs a little more fluffing, but you get the idea. Pretty simple. Pretty simple. So there you go. That's how you make a bow using the Bow Maker. If you have any questions, please feel free to shoot me an email. I would love it if you liked and followed or subscribed, just depending on where you're looking at this. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Have a great day.